Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Second Cup of Coffee. Pastor Tom with you. We're on week 3 of our series, Pilgrimage, and hopefully you've seen the last 2. It's a little bit of a challenging month. I'm challenging a little bit because sometimes we go through the motions, but our heart isn't really set on pilgrimage, which is what we are talking about in verse 5. Blessed is the man whose strength is in you, whose heart is set on pilgrimage. I haven't really talked about this, but it's a really important note before we get into this last week. Where is your strength? If your strength is in yourself, you're not going to be on pilgrimage very long. But if your strength is in God, you can make it. Where are we trying to make it to? Well, here we go. Verse 7. Are you ready? They go from strength to strength. Each one appears before God in Zion. I'm headed to appear before God in Zion. My heart is headed towards home. If my strength is in the Lord, no matter where I pass through, even if it's the valley of weeping like we talked about last week, and God is asking me to leave a pool of blessing in the valley of weeping, as difficult as that sounds, if my strength is in Him, then He's enabling me to do it. And not only that, in verse 7, we go from strength to strength. Another place in the Bible says we go from glory to glory. Strength to strength. He doesn't ever wear out. His bank account is never empty. He never gets to like 1/8 of a tank and say, sorry, Tom, I don't have enough for you to finish what I ask you to do. No. New mercies every morning. My grace is sufficient for you. These are things that I got to lay hold of in my life because I want to appear before God in Zion, and this is what I want to hear. This is my imagery. I've shared it at my church before, but I think it bears repeating here. Psalms 139 says, God wrote a book about me before one of my days was. The image I have in my head is God the Father or Jesus sitting in the library reading the book of Tom Stonecipher, and right before I die, he finishes the last page and he closes the book, and the next thing you know, I'm appearing before him, and he looks at me and he said, you did everything I asked you to do. I don't know that I could get a better finish than that. But guess whose strength I need to get there? Not mine. Not mine. I need His. But I'm so grateful that I could be blessed enough, in verse 5, to have the strength that only comes from Him when I set my heart on pilgrimage. Set your heart, put you in your internal GPS in your heart, home, and start walking that out in His strength, and I promise you, you'll get there. If this meant something to you, share it. Wherever you find us, we really appreciate that you do. God bless you, and we'll talk to you soon.